Hi, we're here with Leo Madrid, who is currently pursuing a spot on the new reality show, The Apprentice. But before we talk about that, let's go ahead and ask him a few questions. So, where'd you grow up, Leo?
Very small town in Idaho, Pocatello, Idaho. I grew up, if I wanted something, I had to earn it. My family didn't have a lot of money. You know, I had a paper route, the most profitable paper route in the history of the local paper, actually.
What did you do after you graduated?
First of all, I just barely graduated from high school. Very bottom of my class. Wasn't even sure that how many options there were for me. Is one of the reasons why I joined the Navy. We worked, 6 and 6, which 6 hours on, 6 hours off, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, no breaks while we were at sea. And I knew after my first school experience in the Navy that I graduated at the top, that I really did have it in me. And at that point, I set a goal that I was going to graduate from college. Finish college while I was in the Navy, working those type of hours.
What did you do after the Navy?
I took some time off, did a little bit of traveling, and eventually became a ballroom dance instructor.
I understand that this was a pivotal point in your life. Why is that?
For a couple of reasons. One, I was really happy. I think for the first time in my adult life, I was very happy, and I wasn't making any money. I was actually making less money as a ballroom dance instructor living in San Diego than I was in high school. But I was still having a very good time, and I realized that money is simply a byproduct of success. It can't be the ultimate goal.
So how did you end up an art dealer?
I realized I was never going to make a comfortable living as a dance instructor. And although money isn't the ultimate goal, it's still important. So I really looked back and thought about what did I want to do when I started college, and that was become an art dealer. I wanted to do it back then. That's really where my passions lie, so that's what I did. Pulled up my laptop, did a search on art sales. There was one position open, and it said, fax your resume in. Wrote up a resume, faxed it in, but there was no name of the gallery, no phone number, nobody to follow up with. So I pulled out the phone book and flipped through literally over 100 art galleries until I found a fax number that came close to the phone number, and just picked it up the phone and started calling. Later on, I found out when she asked me how I got the phone number and I told her, she decided to hire me before the interview.
That all sounds too perfect. Tell us something difficult or tell us something embarrassing that's happened to you.
I am a horrible, horrible singer. The sound of my voice will make small children cry. And one time I was dared to go on stage and karaoke sing in front of about 500 people. I knew I was going to be horrible. I knew I was going to get booed. I did it anyway. I was horrible and I got booed. And what I learned from that, and now that I look back on it, it wasn't that bad. And it really taught me that if I face my fears head on and just get them behind me, they'll be easy to laugh at.
Now let's find out what some of his coworkers think about him.
Leo is so great to work with. Not only is he really driven and hardworking, but he's super creative. He works hard and he plays hard.
Leo's ambitious, wants everything in his work from himself and everyone else to be perfect, and is sometimes a huge pain.
He is the reformed, scary as hell shark that you need to watch out for. But at the end of the day, he ends up being the absolute best friend and the person you want on your side. That's Leo.
What makes you so successful at the things that you do?
The biggest reason is I don't let, failure and setbacks make me feel like a failure or set me back. Everything I do, I try to learn from, and I just keep moving on. I'm not the best looking guy in the world. I'm certainly not the smartest, but there's nobody out there that wants it more.
So why do you believe that you can ultimately be the apprentice?
It's a competition. I'm very competitive, and it's a team competition, and I have a lot of experience of winning with teams, leading teams. And in the Navy, I was leading groups of 20 men. I led 20 men when I was 21 years old into war, and did that successfully. So I have a lot of leadership experience. And another reason is I think a lot of the people that are going to be submitting this are would-be actors and actresses that maybe they have some business acumen, but it's not their ultimate goal. I'm not interested in being famous.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I am building a brand that will serve the art community. 5 years from now, I will be leading some of the most creative minds in the country.
So there you are, Leo Madrid, Gulf War veteran, self-made entrepreneur, a real renaissance man.
You've just seen my application for the upcoming reality show, The Apprentice. I look forward to meeting you in the next round.